Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole war chant is going full throat. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Maryland Terrapins taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Terrapins will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles offense takes the field for the first time today. And here comes the quarterback. And one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
No, he just flat ran over him. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
They're bringing heat. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. The option look. He'll pitch it. At the 40, there he goes. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 10. And he'll...
Offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Maryland Terrapins offense will go to work for the first time today. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And, David, I like these guys, too, because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
Picks up a... Yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo. The run from the shotgun. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Just a short pass to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. The Terrapins come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down distances, third downs, and having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Touchdown Seminoles! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Kramer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The play action fake. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Guys, this offense is going to have to find a way to protect this quarterback. He has already been under unbelievable duress early in this game, and they're not going to be able to complete throws if they can't keep him standing up.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Noles! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And the Terrapins want to move quickly. Red pass, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. A strike downfield. Afterburners coming. At the 20. Touchdown, Terrapins! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to get it through the air. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Pressure coming. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the offense. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Using his feet to buy time. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping me.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his 1st interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. You get that turnover, and you try to punch them hard immediately on the 1st play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Thank goodness gracious, this dude is on fire. I mean, he's already got 100 yards. We're in the first quarter. Like, I might want to think about double teaming that guy. If he goes to the water bottle, I'm going to double team. Whatever he does, I'm on it.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Off the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, the defense has been able to get after this guy early and often in this game, and it's affecting his accuracy, and it's affecting this offense's ability to throw the football consistently.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. The Terrapins will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Working that left side now. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State center.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Anytime a wide receiver makes a big play like that, images of Pierre Warwick start flashing in Seminoles' heads.
And, man, just that time, that era with Bobby Bowden and those offenses, you just think about high-flying, every position, game breakers, and I think of swag, Reese. Just guys that I know I could throw to the outside that had swag, that could take it to the house, make big plays.
Line getting set on second down. They make the tackle at the 22. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warwick Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years in Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Looking to throw on second down. And the timing just a hair off. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. On the option. He'll pitch it. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And they just kind of sneak that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. You need to get a tutty up on the... That lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're working that left side. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
He's going to run it. Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football. So good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quick toss. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line? And the Terrapins are in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the grab. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. He'll come out throwing on first down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Terrapins will punt it away on 4th down. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end.
He's got it inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback will audible. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Seminoles are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on.
The Noles will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for him. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. What a play by the defense there. Loose football. Pick it up with room, scoop, and score.
No doubt. Country versus city when it's a country fumble, nobody around. I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense looks as if it's coming. They'll put the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Pocket starts to collapse. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Paul.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
The Seminoles will hustle to the line. On the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, no! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Unloads to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. They got the explosive play. Now to finish the deal, it's 1st and 10 from the 12. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Keeps it on the bootleg. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
This has got to be frustrating if you're the offensive coordinator because you've had receivers open down the field, just haven't had time to get them the football. This defense doing an outstanding job with their pass rush.
The last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It is good. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Here comes the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Feeling some heat. Got his man on the right. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's caught. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down for 27.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. It's complete to the left. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump them the football, let them make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Now on the option. Now the pitch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college.
Driving for the goal line. Loose football. Touchdown, Florida State. And the route is on. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Together, offense, defense, complementary football.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Can anyone catch him? Running inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Maryland!
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Zings it complete to the right. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Finds us back in the middle.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. We'll see if they can dig one up. It goes forward this time on second down from the 18. Getting some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Makes the grab. It's Hawk.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left.
Going deep. Touchdown Seminoles! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another one on the board here in the fourth quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First down here for the offense. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. They'll throw it on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On second down, wants to throw. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.